Gunfire erupted at 3:17 this afternoon at 5710 Overbrook Avenue, directly across the street from St. Joe's University. A police officer was shot, but by whose gun is unclear. Police rushed to the location where reports say a man emerged from a house with a hammer and a pickaxe. The fact is, police are still putting together what they think happened. It is Tuesday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is a Philadelphia police officer in the hospital right now after being shot. A suspect shot and killed at the scene. Action News reporter Dan Quayer is live in the 5700 block of Overbrook Avenue in Wynnefield. But first, Bob Brooks is live at Penn Presbyterian Hospital. Bob, you've heard from police. What is the latest on the incident and, of course, the condition of the officer?
Well, Jim, we'll start off with the condition of the officer. I have good news on that front. We just got an update from Philadelphia Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw. The officer was shot in the knee. He's alert, he's talking, and in as good a spirits as you can be after something like this happened. He's also 35 years old. Now I'm going to bring up the video here, Jim. This is what we know at this point. The scene, 5700 block again of Overbrook Avenue in the city's Wynnefield section. It was a dispute between a landlord and a tenant. So police were called, and the two officers entered the home there. They say when they did, that suspect was in there. He was holding a pickaxe and a hammer. I've seen pictures of both of those tools that were used as weapons. It's exactly what you would think. So the officer who was shot, we know he fired his taser, but it wasn't enough to stop the suspect. That suspect then went after the two officers, and that scuffle would head out the door outside. And according to police, it was there the suspect got on top of the officer who was shot, was beating him in the head, possibly with those weapons, and that's when both of the officers fired and killed the suspect.
While the officer was on the ground, the offender then mounted the officer sitting on top of him and struck him repeatedly with one or both of the weapons. At this point, we know that officers drew their service weapons and fired multiple shots at the male, striking him and ending the attack. During this exchange, one of the 19 district officers, who's a 35-year-old, was struck by a bullet in the right leg.
Now, Jim, at this point, it is unclear who shot this officer, but it was a very chaotic situation. And Commissioner Outlaw says, given those circumstances, it is likely those officers did what they had to do to save their lives, as well as witnesses who were outside watching this unfold as well. That is the latest. For now, reporting live outside Penn Presbyterian Hospital. Bob Brooks, Channel 6, Action News.
Thank you, Bob. Let's switch live to the scene of the shooting now. Again, the 5700 block of Overbrook Avenue. Action News reporter Dan Quayer is there. Dan, you have spoken to witnesses. What have you learned from them?
That's right, Jim, and it's beginning to sound like the officer may have been the victim of friendly gunfire, although officially they're not saying that yet, with the investigation still underway. Behind me, you can see the scene here at Cardinal and Overbrook remains sealed off just right across the street from St. Joseph's University as investigators continue to gather the evidence. This all happened just after 3 as 19th District officers were responding to reports of a man having a confrontation with his landlord and armed with a hammer and a pickaxe. Sources say after the man refused to drop the weapons, they used their tasers on him, but that was to no avail. Finally, shots were fired, striking and killing the suspect. But somehow, one of the officers also struck by gunfire, struck in the right knee and a graze wound to the back of the head. He was rushed to Penn Presbyterian Hospital, where he is reported to be in stable condition. We are told he is alert and talking. The incident happened about a block from St. Joseph's University, where some students were startled by the gunshot.
I walked out and 2 cop cars were there already, but there was no sirens, no lights on or anything. And then by the time I got up Cardinal, we heard the gunshots.
And we were kind of like freaked out, but we like didn't want to assume the worst. So then when we found out it was gunshots and that people got injured, we were like, oh my God, like we were right there basically.
Residents say they were also startled by gunfire, which is very unusual here.
Yeah, of course it startled me. I ran back the opposing way. It's no way I can stand here and not know which way the shots are coming from.
Again, the suspect shot and killed in an altercation with police. And because he was not armed with a gun, the only explanation is he was struck by gunfire from one of his fellow officers, but officially they're not saying that yet. The investigation's still trying to sort through this and find out exactly what happened. Live here in the Wynnefield section, I'm Dan Quayer, Channel 6, Action News. Jim?
Thank you, Dan.